Yo, what's up, guys? Hearts of the Core here, and we are here with the first upload for the IXBL. Alright, this is the first upload, but this is week 2 of the IBL, or IXBL, what am I talking about? The first week we did lose, I lost to Heck, so I just immediately exited that game. I didn't save it, my opponent didn't save the battle. It was pretty bad. I lost it. It was a 3-0. Need to say, I would have won that battle, but a lot of things just didn't go my way. I don't know if I would be open to uploading it, but even if I wanted to, I couldn't, cause as I said, nobody saved that battle video, so it's just gone forever in the midst of Pokemon Showdown, and that's that. So, week 2, we are here against a friend of mine, Quan. Now, see, Quan thinks he's a good battler. He's really not, and I'm just kidding. He's a decent battler. I'll give him that much. Um, yeah. So, I already thought of a plan and stuff for his team. I was in a call, so I will be doing post comp for most of my battles. I'll be doing post comp because I like to be in calls as I battle. I don't know. It helps me not freak out during the battle or something. All right. So we're just gonna do a team analysis along with the post-com. Since post-coms are normally short, I get to do a, what's it called, a team review. Yay. Alright. So, something I felt was essential to my team was a Mega Manetric counter, as he has a Mega Manetric that's very scary to my team. I don't want it to be a problem, so I figured I'd need a counter. Something that could hard switch in, something that could take a hit. Maybe not necessarily dish out a hit, because Manetric, it's the kind of thing where it has no coverage. The best thing he has to possibly hit me is HP Water, which isn't doing anything, so I'm not worried about that. So this is Rotom Heat is gonna be a switch in. It's gonna be a counter to that Mega Manetric. I'll be able to get off a Will-O-Wisp, and Paint Split possibly. If he does have HP Water, I'll be able to wear him down and revenge him with something else. So something I do want to say is okay, Rotom, or wait, what was I gonna say? Okay, I have my team all planned out. I figured that with my strategy I will be able to beat his Mega Manetric. That's not the main threat. I knew I just needed it covered so that it didn't become a problem in the actual game. So I ran a pretty standard set. Volt Switch, Will-O-Wisp, Paint Split, Overheat. They're all pretty self-explanatory. Will-O-Wisp is, I'm gonna try to spread as much what's it called, statuses around his team. It hurts his whole team except for what's it called, his Clefable, which might have Magic Guard. But if he's smart, he'll run unaware in case if I bring like a Sword Stance, Mega Gallade or something like that. I don't know. So I did just bring the standard set, and I am max special defense, so I can take hits from his Mega Manetric with ease. Secondly, I have my Milotic. We have Sakura up in here. That is not a shady nickname. It is from Naruto. Yeah, it's not a soul nickname. Yeah, let's get it. Scald, Ice Beam, Miracle Recover. I didn't want to run Toxic because I'd rather not Toxic on his team, because I figure there's going to be a lot of switching out in this battle, so I'd rather something that'll be residual, like a Burn, rather than a Toxic that takes a few turns to rack up. So I do just have Scald and Ice Beam as coverage moves. Ice Beam is able to hit things like his Lando, which I'm expecting to be Scarf. I'll also be able to hit his Salamence, which is his only possible defogger. That'll bring some stuff later, because I do want hazards on his side. Hazards are going to be so it's getting cut out. So yeah, as I said, hazards are going to be really big against him since he only has one defogger, and once that defogger is, well, that's with most games, but I know what his defogger is going to be if he brings it from team preview, if he decides to bring a defogger, which is his Mega Salamence. Or not Mega Salamence, that's banned. What am I saying? Yeah, it's his Salamence. So I do have competitive, so I can switch into a defog. I can get my special attack boost, and I can almost sweep him from there. He's not going to be ready for that, I don't think. unless if he has a unaware Fable, I don't know. So yeah, Mirror Code is to catch him off guard with his Manetric, as I could take a Thunderbolt. I could take a Volt Switch better, obviously. I'll just be able to Mirror Code and get a kill on something. This moveset is pretty self-explanatory. Other than that, I need to recover for HP recovery and stuff, and physically defensive spread, just so I could take hits from his physical attackers. Now here's where we get a little bit cheeky. We have Elegance the Roserade, and I just love this set so much. We have max HP, max special attack. This thing's job is not to hit hard. It can hit hard, and it actually might. This is mainly just to get up spikes, because as I said, he only has one defogger, he doesn't have a spinner, none of that. I just get to switch in Sakura to a defog and I'll be fine. So I do just have a Roserade here with Black Sludge and Natural Cure. This is going to be a clean switch into his Clefable, which I know he's bringing for a fact. And whenever I come in against Clefable, I scare it out and I get up a free layer of whatever spikes. I only want one layer of normal spikes, and I'll try my best to get up 3 layers of normal spikes, yeah. So we have Giga Drain and Sludge Bomb for freaking coverage and dual stab. We're going to be able to hit his Almamola and his Clefable. We could also switch into his Moongus unless if he has HP Fire, which I'm pretty sure will be maybe a 4-hit or 3-hit KO if he's defensive. If he's offensive, I'm pretty sure it'll be a 3-hit KO. It's not. He's not bringing an offensive Moongus, so yeah. This set is pretty nice. Its main job is just to switch in, get up spikes, and switch into one of my walls so I could wear down his team with poison, or I could spread some status with Rotom Heat. So this team's looking pretty nice already. And another thing I knew I needed was Kyurem Black. Kyurem Black's a monster. Kyurem Black is a very good wall breaker, as he doesn't have many things that could take a hit or to switch into this. Ice Beam, 2 shots, things on his team. Well, Ice Beam is just there for stab. I am not Life Orb because I am Lefty's substitute. I don't need more coverage, so I just decided to go substitute so I can get behind a sub for free and I could hit something hard. Because my plan here is just to switch in on a wall, like something like Alamola. Like if he Skull Burns me, that's stupid. I have Fusion Bolt to hit it, Ice Beam and Earth Power. Earth Power is to hit Mawile and Manetric, and Ice Beam was just there for stab. I am left over as substitute, so I'll be gaining Lefty's recovery. I decided to go with the standard special attack and Kyurem Beast spread. It didn't help me at all this game, but I did not take much time to prep. I was in the call with Quan as I was prepping for him, so that's really dumb. Yeah. So next we have another member that I knew would put in work this game. We have Problems the Archeops, because later when I show the battle, you'll see that this thing has a lot of trouble flying. This is a Suicide Lead Archeops. Taunt, Stealth Rock, and Dover Rock Tomb. Rock Tomb's going to be able to lower his speed if he decides to lead off with something like Manetric or a Scarf Lando. I could get its speed down, and then I proceed to outspeed his whole team. Yeah, because this 110, it outspeeds his whole team, I'm pretty sure. If he has a Scarf user, I'm pretty sure I'm going to open up with Rock Tomb, so that shouldn't be a problem. I have Taunt in case if he leads off with something like Lando T, which is going to have a Scarf, I believe, this battle. He might, I'm not sure. Stealth Rock is another, well, there aren't many hazards in the game, but I know Stealth Rock is going to be really huge. I'm going to limit his switch-ins and force defogs, which if he does try to defog and problems his face, I have Taunt. And I could Rock Tomb to lower its speed, and I also have a Sash, so if I ever get down to that, and I outspeed the thing, I have Endover, so that's really nice. Like, for example, I can Rock Tomb a Manetric leading as he Volt switches. Okay, so there, I'm down to my Sash, I have Endover, and if he decided to Thunderbolt me, now he's in trouble because I get to get off a free Endover, or Endeavor, I don't know how to say it. Against a threat like Manetric, I think I would just go for the Endeavor so I can get it as low as possible. And then I could proceed to get up spikes or something to kill it on entry. Unless if he does bring the defogger, which I'm really not. I'm really scared of it, honestly, because this thing's just supposed to die in the beginning of the game, and if he gets off a defog, this will be a pointless death, you know. But I just have max HP, max speed. Max HP is, it's kind of useless. Like, I want to get down to my sash so that I could go for endeavors, but I didn't need an attack. Like, I just literally had to throw it here, unless if I wanted rock tombs to hurt, which there's no point, because I'm going to be down to defeatist, so they're not going to be doing damage in the first place. HP is just the best stat to put it in, so that I can take hits if I need to, in case this thing's rule changes, which it most likely won't. So yeah. And finally, we have Blade Monkey, the Mega Gallade. This Gallade's job is just to clean up, like, late game. He has the moveset to hit everything super effective. Well, not everything super effectively, but I hit so many things on his team hard. I decided not to run close combat because I didn't feel like I needed it. So I have Shadow Sneak, which can pick off things that are going to be really low. Like we had some mocks, not the same day, but when we had our teams together, like the day of the draft, or when the draft ended, I should say. So I figured that Shadow Sneak was really big in our game. I did bring spike stacking against him, so he might be prepared for it, but maybe not. I also have Poison Jabs as Clefable. The Zen Headbutt is my main stab, and it hits like the Among Us super effectively. And Leaf Blade is for his Quagsire and Alamomola. It 2 hit KOs or 3 hit KOs is Alamomola, but if it's low, I'll be able to 2-shot. And if he goes for a Wish or something, I get to go into Elegance to get up some free hazards and maybe go for a Giga Drain if I want to kill it. So this team has a lot of synergy and it works pretty well, but let's see it in battle. And we're back. So let's get into this battle. We don't want no music. Alright, he's gonna lead off with Manectric, and I do lead off with my Archeops, as I said. So I do go for that strat, just going for a Rock Tomb to lower something's speed. And he does switch out, so I'm going to be able to drop that speed, and I get up free rocks. Free rocks are always nice. And he shows that he doesn't have lefties, so I assume he's going to be Scarf. So he does just switch out again, and I go for the... What do I go for here? I go for the Taunt, predicting him to possibly have rocks, but be like sub or something crazy. But he did outspeed me, so I should... Wait, no, he didn't outspeed me. That was a... I didn't realize that till now. Well, wait, I went for Rock Tomb to lower his speed. That's why I outsped him, but pretty sure he was Scarf, so yeah, that's the main reason that I outsped. That's the only reason I outsped him, because I put him at -1 with Rock Tomb. So, resuming the battle, I do switch this thing into a Scald from Love Disc. I don't get burned, it doesn't matter, because I do have the natural cure. But I do just start to get up my spikes. Toxic spikes were the biggest because I was going to get residual damage on something. I went for a Sludge Bomb there. That was a big choke. I shouldn't have went for damage. I should have just started spike stacking. But I do see that he did bring the Ments. And I don't want him to just defog my rocks away because that would just be annoying. So as I go for some spikes there, I get fully parried. And that's annoying. And then I went for another layer of spikes. But you know what happened? Nope. Fully paralyzed. So that's fine. I'm just able to switch out into my special defensive Rotom Heat, and he shows Psy Shock, which does so much damage to 3-hit KO. But I'm going to be able to get off a Pain Split on whatever wants to come in here. And he goes into Clefable, showing that he's going to be that Magic Guard, as I get off a free Pain Split, which also gets off damage. So I get to Volt Switch directly back into my Roserade here, and he goes for Moonblast. That does nothing. He should have just got off like a soft boiled or something. But I'm just going to start spike stacking here. Okay, so this is a funny play. Because we were all in the call, me and Mike and Quan. So Mike says, he's like, you realize he has a defogger on his team. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And then Quan thinks he's going to be smart, right? And he thinks he's going to bring out Salamence here. But I make a pretty cool play here. And I double into my Archeops. So, yeah, let's watch this. Let's watch this play out. I go into my Archeops, and he goes into his Salamence on that double. That was a pretty cool play, and he gets off Intimidate. So I'm just going to taunt him here, because, nah, you're not getting rid of these things. But he makes that play, but he doesn't even have defog. I don't understand, but he's locked into outrage. I know he's Scarf, so I'm just going to be able to go for an Ice Beam and kill this thing off. And now I'm in a pretty ideal situation, because these hazards are here to stay. He didn't even have defog on Salamence, he was Scarf. That was really weird. He was Scarf Intimidate, which I find even weirder, so I just go into Blade Monkey, predicting the Thunderbolt here. And thankfully, I don't get fully parried, and I'm just going to be able to kill this thing off the Shadow Snake. Nope, just kidding, it lives it on 7%, but he takes himself out. Azelf just dies. It basically kills itself. I lost my Glade, which was kind of big, but not really. So I'm able to just switch in my Kyurem here. I'm actually rash, not naive, so I don't drop my defense, so I'm able to live this Stone Edge. I knew I would. I had a calc to see if he was banned from the earlier knockoff, but he showed he was Scarf, so Stone Edge wouldn't kill, and I was able to take him out with an easy Ice Beam. An Etcher comes out, and I'm not scared of this thing, so I just go for the obvious Earth Power, even though he's most likely going to Volt Switch out. Ice Beam probably would have done it as well, so I probably should have just gone for that. But I wasn't expecting the Almamomola switch, so I just went for the Earth Power. Obvious, yeah, whatever. So here, the game's already mine. I'm just trying to preserve some score. So I go into Rose Raid, and he goes into Love Disc. Love Disc. Wait, no. It's not Love Disc, it's Almamola. So, he just goes into this thing. I'm able to go for a Giga Drain, get a crit. The crit did not matter. I'm pretty sure if he was max Spadef, he wouldn't be able to live that. So he just goes into Manectric here. And I go into my Rotom here. Predicting him to go for like an overheat or something, but as Quan just shows that salty rage quit, easy points. So the last two kills I gave to Rotom and Rose Raid, because alright, this is what would have happened. He brought out this thing, I go into Rotom, he goes for an overheat or possibly goes for a Volt Switch. If he goes for a Volt Switch, I do still just hard switch this thing in, and I Sludge Bomb the Clefable to death. Then Manectric comes back in and Rotom comes in, so either way, Rotom and Rose Raid would have had the last two kills, no matter which way you played out. The way I was playing, the plays I would have made, I know for a fact, Rose Raid and Rotom Heat would have gotten those last two kills. So that's what we did, and that's what happened. A nice 4-0 on our side. That's a +1 differential since Tom lucked us the first battle. So now we're 1-1 with a +1 differential. I'll take it. I'm pretty salty about that first week loss, but with a win like this, where I just make him salty, that's nice. I was on the other side, I didn't notice, but it's fine. Yeah. So until next week in the IXBL, peace out. I'll see you.